Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another session of the TMS Talk Series for the month of September. Today, we'll be listening in to Nitesh from Aadiwasi Janjagruti, an initiative by the Ulgulan for Social Change Foundation. And I'll leave Nitesh to explain what the initiative is about. Over to you.
Yeah. Namaste, everyone. Thank you for inviting me here. Uh, I'm going to talk about my initiative, which is Aadiwasi Janjagruti. Aadiwasi Janjagruti is an initiative by Ulgulan for Social Change Foundation, which was started in 2017 in Nandurbar district of Maharashtra, and we are registered as a not-for-profit organization. We are working in remote and underserved areas of Maharashtra, which is in India. Uh, we are working on information poverty, social justice, and misinformation. We are working in around 200 villages in five different languages and dialects. We have a team of nine full-time members and 50 volunteers. Uh, as I said, that we are working in Nandurbar. Uh, During the initial few months while working in Nandurbar, I realized that there were several issues, several problems which needed uh, our attention, immediate attention. One was low level of awareness and people's participation in the development process. Uh, Second was, since Nandurbar is geographically very remote and few villages are isolated, uh, there is very low level of information and communication network. Uh, Few villages does not have even mobile connectivity even today because of the geographical location, and that gives rise to many other issues like health, like education, like water, and many other. So we realize that since information poverty is an initial thing that we realize as an issue, we thought to work on it. And how to work on it? So we thought that let's create awareness and raise and resolve issues by using mobile films and videos, because we had very less resources during when we started in 2016-17. So we we are using more localized approach of communication with the least available resources to raise the local issues of Nandurbar district, like problems of misinformation, awareness, and social injustice. And we are doing it entirely on the mobile phone. So we create mobile videos, we create mobile short films, we create informative videos, interviews, and other things to fight against misinformation, to fight against injustice, and to raise awareness. So as I said, that it's a very remote area, and there are many areas which does not have even mobile connectivity. So once we create our videos, the other challenge was how to screen it or how to show it to the people. So what we do is that once we produce the video, our team screen these videos in different village meetings or share them on different social media platforms and highlight them to the concerned official. So once we create videos using the local artists, using the local people, we our team go to different villages and then we screen it using mobile projectors, and then we talk to people and then we talk about the videos and what we are trying to show through that video. Uh, so what we do is, as I said, that once we create the video, then we disseminate it through different platforms. And the third is that we not only raise the issue, but we also try to resolve it. Now, since we are working on creating a communication network, we believe in two-way flow of the communication. So what we do is that we create videos, then we screen it, and similarly, if there is any issue from the people, we show it to the concerned officials and try to get it resolved. So, for example, this is the problem where a village bridge was broken down, and we highlighted the issue and it got resolved. Similarly, there were many roads which we issues related to roads which we highlighted and it get resolved. Now, since we started it in 2016-17 and we are working from last 6 years, we have created a good impact in Nandurbar. Uh, in terms of numbers, we have created more than 500 videos in last 6 years. And the every video which we have created has been created on the mobile phone. We have reached over 200 villages, which covers a population of around 2.5 lakhs. We were the only source of information in the local dialects for more than 2.5 lakh people in Dhadgaon during the COVID. We made content on awareness and debunking fake news and creating awareness on COVID-19 vaccine during uh, uh, the pandemic. Now, we also realize that since we work with the volunteers, since our volunteers work on it, uh, our volunteers have started becoming the grassroots leaders. So last year, 16 of our volunteers got elected for the local elections because they themselves build their profile as a community leaders. Uh, and as I said, that we also raise and resolve issues. So last year, a village name was named after our organization, Aadiwasi Janjagruti. People dedicated that road to us because we helped them to build it. Now, what is our unique selling point? So, uh, in last 6 years, we identified that we have worked and we have been able to raise many issues and we have been able to resolve many issues. Now, when we go back and we see that what went right for us, there were few things like our organization. We work on the localized approach of communication. So it's not that someone sitting in a metro area or in a city is telling that what kind of content we should create. Our team creates everything on their own. We have a village level team which reports to block level team, and then we have a block level team which reports to district level team. But each team works on its own. They have their own strategy through which they work. So we work on the localized approach of communication. uh, we work with the people's participation. Now, when I say people's participation, it means that more than 95% of our team members are from the local community itself. So they know the economic, they know the social, and they know the political situation of the community, and they know how to work on it. And that's how they are doing it. We are also directly reaching out to the people. So rather than depending on any online social media platform, we directly go to the people and we directly talk to them. And in the process of going and meeting to the people, we are also creating community leaders. So when we make videos using local artists, people do sit and watch all those videos. Wherever we go and we highlight that we screen our films, people see that someone who is living next to their door are working in that movie, and that's why they watch it, and that's why they act accordingly. Now, this is a selling point, or unique selling point for us. Now, what kind of issues we cover? So we cover almost all kind of issues, uh, because as I said that the area is very remote and underserved. So we work on awareness videos on different government schemes in hyperlocal way. So as I said that we create some entertaining videos on a particular scheme and how to take benefit of it, and then we screen it in different village meetings. We raise local civic issues related to social injustice. We also debunk fake news and misinformation. We also highlight local news. So these are the some of the videos which we do. Now, so how? So last year we received support from Google News Initiative, and last year we thought to work on something which was very important to work on. Now, uh, how this Google News Initiative fund help us? So we started our project in 2016-17, but with the support of GNI, we started a separate project to fight against misinformation and superstitions. Uh, in last 10 months, we have created more than 20 videos, and we have screened it in 15 different village meetings, and we have reached to more than 50,000 people directly, and over 1 lakh through different social media platforms. Now, uh, we realized that in last 10 months, and prior to that also in last 6 years, we have realized that people have showed a great interest in our project. Initially, uh, it was very difficult for our team to get attention of the people, because they used to thought that since these are the kids and they are making films, they were not very much happy with the kind of content they were seeing. Now, The thing is that when we initially started it, we were not getting that much support from the people. But in last 2 3 years, we have realized that people have started realizing our value, and now they are also coming with the ideas that we should make films on this, we should make film on that issue, and that's how we are doing it now. Uh, uh, One more thing that I wanted to highlight is that we are training our tribal population, we are training our youth who are working with us, our volunteers, on how to make films. And resources from GNI or any other donor, that helps us to train more uh, people to participate in this whole process. Uh, Now, what are the learnings that we have received, or we have got in last few years? So first is that we need localized solution to fight against misinformation. So as I said that every uh, uh, every village has its own uh, set of challenges. It has some own set of stories, and it's very essential to listen to all those stories and then to act accordingly. Now, when we realized that, especially in last 10 months, when we started working on fake news and misinformation very extensively, we realized that it's very important to highlight each and every story from the village. We also realized that misinformation or fake news can be dangerous in remote areas. Now, for example, just to give you a story, that last year a woman was named as a woman was named that she is the reason behind death of a child in a village, and there were fake news revolving around in the village that she is the reason and she has killed that boy. And it was a complete case of superstitions. So the moment villagers were organizing themselves to attack on that women, we got to know about this incident, and then we directly went to the police station, and then we took police to that village, and we highlighted the issue, and also we created videos around it, around the misinformation around. We also tried to find out that how that boy died, and then we highlighted it with the video that these are the reasons why that boy died, and it is not anyhow related to that particular woman. Now, if we would not have done it, uh, there are very high chances that she might have been attacked by the people. So we realize that it's very dangerous, especially in the areas where there is no network, because it's very easy to spread any misinformation. It's very easy to spread any fake news. And since no one is working to fight against it, it can turn into a deadly thing. Similarly, in 2018, there were fake news or misinformation going around in villages that few people are coming to abduct children. Now, these are the information which at instance we did not realize that how deadly it can be. Now, in 2018, that fake news resulted in death of 6 people in an area, just a simple fake news. So we realize the potential, and we realize the uh, uh, how deadly it can be, and that's one of the basic learning which we got to know while working. We also realize that it's very essential to have village level media channels. Now, uh, we are working in 200 villages, and there are more than a million villages in a country like India. So it's very difficult for large media organization to work and to fight against misinformation or fake news in a village which is isolated and which does not have a network connectivity. So the onus goes to the people who are working in village level, and it's now the responsibility of smaller media organization to work on it. So we realize that it's very essential to have a village level media organization, so that we can work extensively, we can directly work with the people, and we can directly fight against the misinformation and fake news. Also, hyperlocal content works better than anything. So, in our case, as I said that we are working in marginalized area, we are working in underserved and tribal population and areas which are very remote. People in our area does not understand Hindi, does not understand English, or even Marathi, which is the local language, because they have their own dialect. They have their own socioeconomic background. So if you are creating a content with having a Bollywood superstar or any superstar, it will not show the effect, or it will not show the intended result, because it's not catering the population, the local population. So that's why it's very essential to have a hyperlocal content, to have a village level media organization, and to have a people's participation in the entire process of dissemination of news and information. And that's how we started, and that's why we are working in an area in this manner. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Yes. Interesting presentation there. And we do have questions actually. So the first question would be, how do you train them on presenting information in a video format? And what was their initial reaction when approached with creating these types of content?
Okay, so initially when we started in 2016-17. So so first we identify our basic approach is that we usually identify our volunteers from every village. So we have set of parameters on what are the parameters which we should look on when we are finding our volunteers. So once we identify our volunteers, we train them on how to create films, on how to uh, work on different development approaches through the video. Also, if you can just show just one of our video, if it's possible.
Yes, yes. Let us pull that up. Yes, we missed out that bit, but let's pull that up.
Yeah. So,
So,
just giving you context that this is the video which we have created few months back. Yeah.
mhm,
So this video is talking about superstitious. Uh, if you can, so if, since it's in Pauri in local dialect, most of the people will not understand it. So I'll request
mhm.
if you can directly go to 60 seconds. So this is the local dialect. Pauri is the language.
Feel free to explain because then you'll be able to explain to
Yeah.
us in English what's happening.
Yeah, so this is a funny video. This is an entertaining video. There are two boys who are talking, and they are talking that why one boy is not getting married, and so the second one is suggesting that we should go to a baba or a godman who can help you in getting married. Now they both are going to meet that baba. So if you can forward, if you can go to second or third second minute, 120 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he is the God man, and he is giving the solutions. Now he is giving the solutions which this boy has already had done. Now he is giving all the solutions which the person has already done, and again he is giving new ideas. And the boy is saying that I've already done it. Now tell me something new. Tell me something new. And after six and seven ideas, the Godman is saying that see, even if you have done all this and if it has not been done, if you're still not getting married, even I cannot help you, and sorry. And then he's saying that I do nothing. I just steal people, and I just make full out of them, and I just get money from them. So that's how he's doing. So if you can just take down to the last 30 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, now you can see that the Godman is saying that see, you have already done everything. Now I'm so sorry. I have made people full out of it, and I'm leaving this job, and now you can take my job. So that's how we make film. We make funny films. We make entertaining films. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great example actually. So it actually speaks to the to the local community in the local language, and also in a situation that they understand as well. And actually, I think this actually ties into the second question that we have for you. Hi Nitish, fascinating experience. Since your teams are independent and don't have to go through a centralized process of determining topics, how do you make sure that they don't accidentally spread more misinformation? That's the first part of the question. The second part is that, or that they cover a certain issue that may potentially be a public concern, but may cause harm to certain vulnerable groups or minorities in the community. So yeah, up to you.
Yeah, so to answer your first part, they work independently, but for every video, I mean, whatever issue we raise or whatever misinformation or fake news we are highlighting, we have our team in the block level and district level. So for every video, they have to take permission from us. So they are independent to pick up the issue, but we will decide that if that issue is actually genuine or not, and also if it's essential and if it's true. So every day we receive around 10 to 12 videos from our volunteers from our entire village, but we only pick two to three videos because uh, uh, as rightly said, that it's very easy, to spread more fake news and misinformation. So we have our, although they are independent to pick the topics, they are independent to make the videos, but the final authority that what kind of video we should put is on us, is on the people who are sitting at the block level, and they are also the local people only. We have a team, we have a core group, which finally decide what kind of videos we should put, and if that video is genuine, and if it's not creating any further issue. Yeah.
Okay, there's one last question as well. So this question is on hyperlocal communications and education is of course important. I'm keen to find out what has been the feedback from the locals, and are they able to understand the message communicated to them? So thank you for your question. Yep.
Yeah, so feedback from the local community is very essential, and I think that initially we were not getting the kind of responses we were expecting,
Mm.
but the more we started creating videos and the more we started creating impact, the more people started accepting us. So it's not that on day one people will start accepting you, because it's very difficult for them to trust. But since the local community in itself is involved in the whole process of making the video and disseminating it, uh, it's easy for them to trust on the people who are from their own community, who are speaking in their own dialect, who are wearing the same kinds of clothes, uh, which they which they wear. So initial feedbacks were very difficult for us, because most of the people were saying that whatever you guys are doing, it will not create any impact. But eventually, in next 2 3 years, uh, as I said, that we have been able to raise issues, we have been able to save people who were getting attacked because of fake news and misinformation. People do realize our efforts, people do realize our importance, and that's how uh, uh, we started getting good feedbacks. And as I said, that since everything is in the local dialect, everything is in the with the people's participation, uh, they easily now understand, because as I said, that the volunteers are free to make their own video films. They know that what kind of messages our community can easily understand. So yeah, I hope I have answered.
Great. Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. Actually, that's the last question. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, Nitish, for your really, really fascinating presentation on your initiative. And basically, today is the last of the online talk series. We will meet next during the Trusted Media Summit in December. So if anyone still hasn't done so, do register your interest. It's in December, starting from, that's the link there below here, trustedmediasummit.com. It's starting from early December, so December 1st to 3rd. Basically, registration closes next month on the end of October, October 31st. So if anyone still hasn't registered, there's still time to do so. And that's pretty much it from me, Ching Yi. Yep. Thank you so much. Thanks, Nitish.
Thank you so much. Thank you.